2025 has to be the worst year in music in recent times. 2025 is going down as the worst year in music this decade, not a single hit song. The way it's June and still we have no hits this year, 2025 might be the worst year in music, literally nothing huge, no big hit, nothing. It's so boring out here. Anytime I look at the charts, it's either older songs or something no one really cares or talks about. So why is 2025 lacking in hits? A conversation that has been going on this year, as well as what will be the song of the summer. And after coming from 2024, a year that had bangers like Not Like Us by Kendrick Lamar, Please 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 and Espresso by Sabrina Carpenter, as well as albums like Brat by Charli XCX, Hit Me Hard and Soft by Billie Eilish and more. With 2024 having so many great releases, there was already people suspecting that 2025 could experience a drought, and based on the first half of 2025, this prediction seems to be coming true. Something to point out is that the Billboard Hot 100 charts, specifically the top 10, has barely changed, which isn't strange to see how there is songs or a song from a previous year that will stay on top for a long period of time. But as of recent, it seems that a large number of songs from 2024 have continued to stay longer on the charts, more than usual. When it used to be just a few songs, maybe like one or two, would stay on the top charts, will stay on the top 10 charts. Not to mention that current top 10 hits like Pink Pony Club by Chappell Roan, a song from 2020, and Anxiety by Doechii, a song that Doechii originally released on YouTube back in 2019, but with it getting so much popularity on TikTok and fans asking for a release, the song was officially released in 2025 with newly re-recorded vocals, and it's these two songs that have just been a big hit this year. So personally for me, I think it's great to see older songs go viral and get a chance in Spotlight and chart, especially when it's a deep cut or something that wasn't even a single, such as Cruel Summer by Taylor Swift, Bloody Mary by Lady Gaga, and recently Party For You by Charli XCX. Now, going back to 2025, while there has been some hits released this year, there really hasn't been a lot of hits that has shaped the year like an Espresso or Blinding Lights. When I think of successful pop songs that were released the first half of 2025, two songs come to mind, Sports Car by Tay McRae and Abracadabra by Lady Gaga. But with the amount of releases happening every week, and there's always new music to discover, I do find it strange how there hasn't been more big hits, or at least pop hits of 2025, because the music is there, and when looking at like the early 2020s, there has been a good amount of hits from those years. So I went ahead online and see if I could find anything to give an answer as to why this year specifically this has been happening. I did find this Billboard article that was released on May 28th, titled Hit Songs Are Lasting Longer on the Charts, But Why? Besides talking about Teddy Swim's song Lose Control spending 92 weeks on the charts that topped the charts back in 2024 and is still going strong on the top 10, as well as speaking of other 2024 hits that are still on the top 10 like A Bar Song (Tipsy) by Shaboozey, Beautiful Things by Benson Boone and more. When explaining how hit songs are lasting much longer on the Billboard Hot 100 more than before, they did give a few examples, such as on May 24th, none of the songs in the top 10 had been on the charts less than 10 weeks, while on the top 20, the average time a song spent was about 30.35 weeks, a big jump from 18.75 weeks in 2020. And that wasn't all. 9 of the songs that were on the top 20 currently, when this article was released, the songs had been on the charts for 30 or more weeks, while 10 years ago back in 2015, only one song in the top 20 had been on the charts longer than that. So when giving some answers as to why this is happening currently, they did get some opinions from people who worked in the music industry in different fields, such as Spotify editorial lead Talia Cranes, who said, "I feel like a whole new generation found their new favorite artist and their new favorite song, and they're digging it on that." Then there was Michael Martin, SVP of Programming at Audacity, who pointed out that charts lifespan may be the impact of post-pandemic timing, which he went on to say, before Lose Control there was Blinding Lights by The Weeknd, Heat Waves by Glass Animals, quarantine-era anthems that previously set the record in April 2021 and October 2022. He then further said, everybody wanted comfort food, right? People wanted things they knew, like their favorite TV show that they binge watched again. There's something about that familiar song that they loved and wanted to keep hearing. It was also noted by Talia that the difference between the industry of 5 years ago and the industry today is how viral hits are promoted by labels and set up to, last longer on the charts, as well as the impact of TikTok with viral songs. Then they also said that some songs that may have not been instant hits do grow eventually with time, that eventually do lead to a top 10 hit. Giving the example of Lose Control that debuted at 99 on the top 100 charts, but then spent 32 weeks gradually climbing the charts. It was also said that people are sitting more with music and not quickly moving on to the next new thing. Then there was Alex Tier, Vice President of Music Programming at SiriusXM and Pandora, who also said that subscribers tell them that they want to hear Lose Control by Teddy Swims and that it has a massive appeal right now. He then also said that follow-up singles from popular artists prevent listeners from getting bored from big hits, and from doing this it doesn't stop the success that the big hits are already getting, and it just makes it more successful. Thanks to streaming, it's made it possible for programmers to play a few songs from that same artist when a generation ago radio stations couldn't feature multiple songs from that same artist in heavy rotation. By doing this, it does extend the lifespan of a smash hit. Then lastly, there was Guy Zaplin, who spent a lot of his career documenting 10 years of music cycles of popular radio, which he also shared his opinion on why hits are lasting a lot longer. Because there's so many different sources to go to, it's difficult for songs outside the very biggest songs to become hits, and because of that, those songs take a while to become hits, and then they stay there for the longest period of time, longer than we've ever seen in the history of music. As for the ending of the article, it did end with a positive view, saying that while hit songs are lasting longer on the charts, new artists have been able to break through in the charts this year, such as Doechii, Alex Warren, Lola Young, and more. And then I started to wonder about not everybody, like the everyday person, is gonna be looking for new music every week, because there is a lot of music always coming out, but not everyone's always checking for new music. And at most, if they're gonna check for new music, it's probably from their favorite artists or artists that they already love. And then I had to also remember that algorithms, you know how when you go on like TikTok or YouTube or even like Twitter, I guess, there's trendy videos that you may see that are recommended to you, since there is an algorithm involved that's catered to you. In other words, there's certain things or certain songs that you're gonna see maybe a lot on that are recommended to you, but not everybody's gonna see that because not everybody is in the same algorithm. I did look up on Reddit and like other sources to see if I can find other people discussing this topic, and I did. And for the most part, people did say that it was too early to decide, like there's still time for things to change, or that there have been good releases. You just gotta broaden your horizon and not depend on mainstream. There's been really great releases this year that I've been enjoying, so I'm not gonna really think too much on it, but I do wonder about mainstream as to what happened. From what I'm thinking is that it might just be a bad year, and we have had those in the past, so it's not like this is like the only one that's ever happened in history. And it's not even just music, movies can also have a bad year, video games can also have a bad year. I guess what I'm trying to say is we can't always have a 2024. There's gonna be a year where suddenly, at least mainstream wise, it might not connect with you. It's not always going to be the perfect year every year, but that doesn't mean the next year is not going to be better, or that in the future you're not going to have great releases later on. That's just how it is. At least that's how I'm seeing it. So do you think that 2025 has been a boring year of music, or do you think it's just mainstream that just feels like that? And if you have any theories of why hit songs from last year are lasting a lot longer on the charts, you can also share that in the comments down below. If you are interested, I did do a video of album songs that should have been singles, which you can watch right here. Oh, and do you have any guesses on what song of the summer could be? I don't know. I'm guessing it might be a song I'm not gonna like. It's just from how this year has gone, I don't know. I just get the feeling that it's gonna be a song I might not like. Maybe. Who knows? It might change. Because I looked it up on Billboard and they said that they decide on song of the summer between the months of June and September, I think. So we still got time for that. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button and also subscribe while you're at it if you haven't already. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you later.